Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. I hope you had a wonderful week of Pongal celebrations, and our dear Chief Minister had given off Friday also off. So some of you who are staying in Tamil Nadu in Chennai would have had a really long weekend, and Saturday, Sunday piled on. So I hope you're back in Chennai if you were traveling. If you were in Chennai, I hope you had a wonderful time, and we are ready to get back to work starting tomorrow. This is Sunday evening when this video is coming out to you, so I can imagine how some of you are not looking forward to tomorrow. But guess what? We have work again starting tomorrow, and the markets are open, and it'll be day 14 in our 247-day challenge. And I'll be reaching out to you guys, encouraging you to look at Tiffin Coffee range and the whole slew of things which we do. But today being Sunday and you have a little time to reflect, I thought we'll talk about the importance of mindset and then give you a cautionary tale about a farmer in Bangalore, then wrap it all up with IT stocks and IT sector as a whole as a extra bonus at the end of the video. So what is mindset? Why is it important? Well, the reason why it's important is we are human beings on this planet, and we suffer from emotions, and emotions leads to anxiety, and it leads to overconfidence. It leads to a whole slew of actions, and it's important to keep your emotions in check, especially when you're doing investing. That is the whole concept behind Tiffin Coffee range. That is the whole idea behind me saying 247 days. You log on for 10 minutes, do your thing, log off. 3% of the entire year you spend doing this and nothing more. Carry on with your life. We have all other things to do in life. Investing is not the only thing you should be focused on. And I completely agree with this. Not everyone wants to be a Warren Buffett. Not everyone wants to be a Junjunwala or even an Anand Srinivasan. All of us want to do, most of us that is, who are watching this channel, is make sure that we put little away, invest it wisely, so that 15 years on, that when we do retire, we do decide to take a plunge into living a life without a job, that we have enough savings and a nest egg at that point of time, that we can carry on doing the things we want in this world without much hassle. So that is why it is important to focus those 10 minutes and to keep a clean, calm mind when it comes to investing. What does keep a clean, calm mind means? Try and avoid as much as you can the noise which you hear. Every single piece of information that comes to you about companies are not important, are not warranted. Every single thing that comes about what's happening on a global level, about interest rates and what's happening globally is not important. What is all that is important is about the companies you're investing in and news pertaining to those companies. So try and be focused on that and only be alert when anything related to these companies or these sectors become relevant. And the way we are investing, we have already done the hard work of doing the research and finding out if these companies are of value, if they are good, the management is good. So we have done all that hard work. So we don't need to keep rechecking on the management unless it changes. We don't need to keep rechecking about the company unless there's something fundamentally changing. So these things are already set in stone. So what we need to only focus on in the day of investing is it still of value? Is it still at a range where we consider it to be value? And that's all you need to do. And we have a list of 10, 12, 13 companies which you like from different sectors. So take your pick on what you feel like doing that day. Whatever your range is, be it 500 rupees, be it 1000 rupees, some of you are in 10,000 rupees, be smart and be staying within that and don't get excited. And let's say, for example, you have invested today. And after investing, you find out someone tells you a hot tip that you missed something. There is an arbitrage in something. There is an opportunity in something. There's a sudden price crash in something. Learn to let it go. You don't need to go chasing it. You don't need to look at every single tip which you see or information that comes to your table as some opportunity you need to go running and grab. Just as you finish a meal, if you see another restaurant or you see another place to eat, eatery to eat in, you don't immediately go running inside. You're already full. You know that. You'll say, another time. I'll come and see it another time if I happen to be in the side of town. Same thing applies with investing. You've done your bit for the day. Learn to log off, learn to switch on and move on and do other things in your life. Most of us have a lot of other things to do in life. Either we are parents or we are working or we have other things to do. So pursue those activities. Do not spend more time than this in your investing. That's my personal advice to you. Otherwise, you might trip and fall, especially being new investors like you and me. We'll tend to get ourselves into a hole. Talking about a hole, that's where this today's story comes. The story is of a poor farmer in Bangalore. Somewhere along the line, he got enchanted with seeing social media and about future options trading. So lo and behold, he tried to do future options trading and he made a loss of 24 lakhs a few years ago. The poor man did not know that regardless of what you do, you're liable to reporting these things to the income tax department. And he failed to do so, and no one alerted him to do so in his hometown. The income tax department did not know the source of such a huge turnover on a PAN number and decided to communicate to him and mailed him. He did not know that he should be checking his mails frequently, and he ignored this mail which happened to land on his inbox. What happened? The income tax department did not get a reply and assumed the whole thing to be money he's made, and he's not declared it. And year on year it went on, and it finally became 69 crores it piled on to, with interest, penalties, this and that, and his accounts were frozen. That's when he realized he has a problem. When he went to the bank account, in his account, savings account, where he has only 6,000 rupees, he was told by the bank manager his account is frozen because the tax department has made a demand of 69 crores. When he was shocked, he came to realize at that point of time, by checking his email, that the income tax department had mailed him, and he has not reverted or clarified to the income tax department. And now he's in a huge mess. Now he's gone to an auditor and he's trying to get his life sorted out. And he's hoping finally when the mess gets cleared up and he's forgiven, he'll have to pay a penalty of 10,000 rupees. But it is a huge mess, and it's a personal hassle, and it's a mental trauma which he has to go through. I'm sure eventually, through the process of understanding and litigation and discussion, it will become clear that he's not made any profit on this, that the whole thing was a loss, and he suffered for it. And he made a genuine mistake that he didn't declare it to the income tax department, and this has led to this. But this is what I mean. When you're a beginner investor, you try to venture out into things, and you do not learn the basics of it, and you do not learn the notions of how it works, and you try to go, reading some Instagram post or watching some YouTube video. You decide to jump into things and just go ahead, especially opening an account in Zerodha or any platform now is so easy, and attaching your account and starting to trade because some friend told you a hot tip. This can happen to you very easily if you do not know what you're doing. So my advice is, if you are interested in doing all this, like I said in our Instagram group, please learn to educate yourself. Please learn to take time to study the subject before you do it. It's like how to learn to driving a car, how to learn to being anything you want to do. You have to study the subject, you have to practice and learn it from someone who's, knowledgeable in it. Same thing is true with any of this. Personally, I do not do future options. I don't believe in it because it's like gambling. Warren Buffett has famously said it's weapons of mass destruction, and I truly agree that it is. I rather invest in these small amounts, and I'm ready to wait because I don't need 15 crores today. I don't need 100 crores today. Even if I had a 15 crores or 100 crores today, I have very little things I can do with it. I rather build this slowly over a period of time, that 10 years from now, 15 years from now, when I do plan to retire and not do anything much than read my books and drink a cup of coffee, I can have my lights on, my fans on, and I can have some food on the table to eat and carry on doing what I wish to do at that point of time. And that is what I'm working towards, and that's what value investing does. Now, talking about investing, a lot of you have been asking me about the IT sector. Yes, there is a dollar arbitrage. Everyone has been talking about it, including my brother, that the Indian rupee is becoming weaker, and companies which are receiving revenues in dollars are going to be making a lot more money this coming year because the Indian rupee is getting weaker. The RBI cannot afford to do anything with the interest rate. The American interest rate is going to go up, pushing the rupee to become even weaker, and these IT companies are going to make a lot more money. So the valuations of these stocks are going to go up. Unfortunately for us, value investors, new investors, these stocks are already become overvalued. That means the price to earnings they're sitting on is very expensive indeed right now. The DIIs in India have been buying these IT stocks, and the FIIs have been selling. So this has pushed the price of all our IT companies up. Even Infi, which had a huge correction on Friday, by end of the day it was almost down 6% when the markets closed, is still very expensive according to me. If it comes down to maybe 1,200, I would be interested in biting it. Even companies like Tata Technologies, a lot of you have been asking me, has corrected. I agree, it has corrected. But I would wait till it comes down to its IPO price probably for me to be interested. It is still very, very expensive. The reason why I'm worried is, or I'd say you should be cautious, or if you want to say you can wait further to see an opportunity, is there's a lot of uncertainty coming to IT industry as a whole. That Donald Trump is going to be sworn in very soon, and his policies with H1B and the tariff trade and all the things put together is going to be leading to some interesting times. That on the backdrop of already Meta has announced it's going to be cutting workforce, Microsoft is cutting workforce, and there's huge iteration inside US IT companies. It is something to wait and watch. Indian companies which are taking on orders from American companies have not secured orders to the volumes they did last year. If anything, they've already shown that their volumes of orders have come down. So earnings are going to be at a pinch. And in Indian IT companies, the strung of employees and the middle management have not got their increments. Only the CEOs and top management have been getting their increments. So this year there will be a lot of pressure on these companies to give these increments out. So either way you look, one, orders are not there. Two, they'll have to make a huger payout. So only thing which is on a green horizon for them is the Indian rupee becoming weaker. So factoring all that in, we might see a huge correction in the IT sector in the coming year, meaning by December. We might see opportunities which will be far better for us as value investors to enter, because we want to enter and hold these companies for 10, 15 years. So the entry point is very important for us. So I would say wait. Let's wait and watch. If you are very keen on IT stocks, you can always consider a ETF in IT instead of these individual companies. Even companies like Coforge and all that are very at eye-watering valuations. So this would be my advice, to wait and watch as far as the IT sector is concerned. So I hope you found this video informative and entertaining as always. I do wish you a wonderful week ahead, and I'll see you again tomorrow on Monday evening with another idea behind how to invest in Indian markets and maybe American markets. Join me again, as I say, in the Instagram 52-week challenge group, where we're having a lot of interesting conversations, and we do get live videos with Anand and myself over there. Nothing else more to say. Again, thank you for watching VinodSrinivasan today. Bye.
Hey guys, that my uncles Vinod Srinivasan, Anand Srinivasan and I have rolled out our Substack, which is basically a blog/newsletter where we're going to post our original research onto it, and we've analyzed macroeconomic trends. And a lot of you know my uncle Anand Srinivasan and I regularly write for The Hindu, and these articles are also going to be made available for you in the Substack. The link is moatinvesting.substack.com. You'll find it in the description and in the video right now. We hope you go check it out. We've put a lot of time and effort into it. And please give us comments and feedback on what you read. Thank you.